ESPN time. I'm ready. Say go. Behind make the block where the leg go.
Time for a new chapter in the rivalry between the Lakers and Celtics.
The two most successful franchises in NBA history.
And time for the Mavs to challenge the Suns for Western supremacy.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama.
Alabama!
Your home of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi with what you need to know. Browns running back Nick Chubb. The Lions, the team activated him off the COVID-19 list. Chubb, third in the NFL in rushing, missed the last game after testing positive for COVID. Cleveland remains without running back Kareem Hunt. He's still on IR with a calf injury. Browns are last in the AFC North, trailing division-leading Baltimore by a game and a half. NBA Warriors point guard Steph Curry not yet sure of his status tonight against the Pistons because of a hip contusion. He sustained the injury Tuesday, played through it last night, had 40 points in the win over Cleveland. Lakers could get LeBron James back tonight against the Celtics, 7:30 Eastern, ESPN TV. James questionable with an abdominal strain that's kept him out the last 8 games. The second part of our Friday doubleheader, Phoenix hosting Dallas, Suns going for an 11th consecutive victory.
Log on today, 977ESPN.com.
Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Mostly sunny skies this afternoon, though it is going to be a cool Friday across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Temperatures only climbing into the low and mid-50s, dropping into the mid-30s as we head into the overnight. A partly sunny sky for your Saturday. Overall, it's not going to be a bad first half of the weekend. Temperatures hanging out in the upper 50s, lower 60s, dropping into the low and mid-40s through the overnight. A mostly cloudy sky for your Sunday. Some rain is possible as we head into Sunday night, early into Monday morning. Highs hanging out in the low and mid-60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Listen to Alabama football on our app. Download it today. Just search for 977 ESPN. Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Who wants coffee? Anybody wants coffee?
Can you get me off the hook? Roll type say. Your tire's tired.
He ain't good looking, but he sure ain't shy. He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the junkyard dogs. The SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Tide and Tiger Land, nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Testosterone high today.
Yeah, Tom's a man, he's got the plan, he's really got it made. What a wife he's got, she's smoking hot, check out the junkyard babe. When everything is said and done, no one can beat his show. He's a high-tech redneck, Tony Soprano. If you love sports without the fluff, he's got the master plan. Cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham, yeah.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Football Friday in the Doghouse. You know what Football Friday means. It means that we got football music throughout the show. And no matter where we are, Football Friday means this. I don't care if it's the middle of the summer or the middle of the season or the end of the college season. We're partying like it's 1970 with the original Monday Night Football. I'm talking about. That gets your toe tapping even on a cold morning. Those Atlanta Falcons were wearing 1970 gear last night. They were playing like it was 1970. They're playing like those guys who played in 1970, who are now in their 70s, were still playing. That's how. Like Chris could have told me how bad the Falcons were. Could have saved me a couple of dollars. Gonna have parking money for the game tomorrow. Your phone lines are open. Feel free to jump in. 256-576-4977. Text the show, 732-9TA show. 732-982-7469, which is a great way to communicate with us. My Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show. That's my personal Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show. Of course, the Twitter feed for the show or for the station is at 97.7 ESPN. We're also got the Twitch and the Facebook going at 97.7 ESPN. You can watch the show right there. We invite you to go ahead and do that. Apparently, a lot more of you watch on Facebook than the YouTube. I don't know what the story is, what YouTube, but a lot more people seem to watch on Facebook than YouTube. I guess. I am honest. I don't know what's been going on with that. But in any event, there's that YouTube page that is at 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone for YouTube. And you can like and subscribe there, and you'll get notifications and everything. Just go to 97.7ESPN.com. Find links for all of that. And while you're at it, get the app as well. If you have the app, you have the link to Zone 2 as well, which is one of our 4 alternate streaming channels for you for other great programming. Tonight, Madison Academy is down in Cullman to take on Good Hope. Steve Moulton and Glenn Laird on the call for us there. And Alabama basketball hosting Oakland will be on Zone 2. And that coverage begins at 6. Of course, as you know, this is your home for the Friday Trifecta, the one and only Friday Trifecta, with weekly prizes and a shot at the Grand Trifecta Big Board. Each Friday, we give you 3 games to pick against. I have Champy's Chicken and Havoc tickets for our winners. And you accumulate points all season long for hitting trifectas. Gets the most points in trifectas, and they will ramp up in the coming weeks as we get into the big games in college football and the conference championships and things like that. You'll have an opportunity to really beef up your point total. Right now, it's been very quiet. I mean, the lead is 5. Second is like 4. It has been the quietest trifecta season since ever. Matthew Martinez still leads the way with 5 points. Shane Sean and Badger Larry have 4. Wolverine Dan has 2, along with North Dakota Dave, Mr. Brown, Garrett in Pittsburgh, Kramer, Big John, Auburn Mike, all with 2 points. And then Tyler, Sparty, Brandon, Mad Plummer, Jason, Ed, Dale, and Shane in Decatur all have a point. 5 is it. 5. That's it. That's the total. Our grand prize will be the VIP package at the TransPerfect Music City Bowl on December 30th. That's worth about $600. It's a couple of tickets at the club level, pregame meal, parking. It's really cool. So for the trifecta, you get a point. If you hit it all, you get, 2 points. And the only 2 ways to get into the trifecta is calling the show between now and noon or texting your picks in at the text line 732-982-7469. I gave it to Grizz very late, so I don't know if the image is up yet. He's good, man. He got it up already. He's got the image up already at the Facebook and Twitter. Did you at me? Did you put me in there too or no? I don't know if he did or not. But I will get it retweeted for you as well. All right. With no further ado, you want to know what the picks are? I got the picks for you right here. Wait a minute. I got to move Grizz from the left side of my screen to the right side of my screen. He usually occupies the right side. That's where I look for him. I look for him over to the right. Even though I'm ambidextrous, I don't know which part. I don't know if my brain is a left-handed brain or a right-handed brain, because I do everything. I do things with both hands. Like I write right-handed, but I throw left-handed. I kick with my right foot. I bowl right-handed. I bat left-handed. I play golf right-handed. See, I'm one of those people. So I don't know which way my brain is wired, but Grizz has to be. 2 things I know. I have to have my headphones on the proper way so that I got Grizz in the radio station and you guys in my right ear and me in my left ear. Because if I have my headphones on backwards, I'm all discombobulated. And the other thing is Grizz needs to be to my right. He's right over there on the other side of the glass, but he needs to be over on my right side of my screen where I can see him. All right, you want this thing? Here we go. Michigan State.
I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
Sparty gets 19 and a half at Ohio State.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
Wolverine Dan makes the board for the Suckeyes. Arkansas.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Gets 21 and a half in Tuscaloosa.
Roll all over their ass.
I tell our players, if you want to talk to the other team, join the damn debate team.
Stop right there. Grizz and I are going to be at the game. Grizz and I are going to the game with 2 of my 4 sons. A very, very, very good friend of mine gave me 4 tickets to the game and tickets to a little pregame party deal. And we're going. This is only the second time. Now, I don't know how many Alabama games I've been to. Maybe 100. Home and away, playoff, bowls, maybe, I don't know, maybe around 100 or so, I guess. I don't know. This is only the second Alabama game that I will ever go to as a fan, sitting in the stands. So it's the second time in the history of me that I will sit in the stands. The other game was, are you ready for this? I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching on the Twitter and the Facebook. The other game was that game right there. I mean, can you see that? That was the other game that I was at. I don't know if that was coming up or not, but Grizz saw it. I think that was the other game. The Southern Miss game when Tyrone Prothro had the catch. Later that season, of course, he hurt his ankle badly, and it ended his career. But that is the game. That's the only other game I went to. And I went to that with my wife, and we sat down low on the home side about 10 rows up, and all I got was a face full of streamer the entire game. Just nothing but a face full of streamer the entire game, and I hated it. I mean, not to sound snobbish, but I hated it. And she was whacked in the face with the streamer all the time. We won't be in Streamerville. We won't be in the lower bowl. We're going to be we're upper tank. We're the lower level of the upper tank, but we will be upper tank. So I don't know. I don't even know anything about parking down there. If you can help me, anybody, because we'd always have a media parking pass or whatever. So if you want to help me, I don't know. Do we go to the mall there and take the shuttle over? But is that $10 a person? Whereas like one car, but maybe it's $40 to park a car anyway. I a lot of times I used to park on the side streets. Just go into town, right there around the stadium, and park in front of some frat house or something. But I don't think I want to take the Woody Anderson Ford F-150 and just park in front of some frat house. I have no idea about parking anymore down there. I don't know. So feel free to give us some advice on that one. All right, next game that we have in our Friday Trifecta. Auburn.
Go compete in pickleball if you want to.
-7.5.
War Eagle.
At Carolina. I might use it.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
Spurrier talking about Clowney. And in our tiebreaker.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Get 2.5 at Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
All right, so there you go. Now you have it. You want to get in? You can get in. 256-576-4977. Your text line is 732-982-7469. Do not call the text line. Coming up in a few minutes, Allan Bell Jr. from CBS Sportsline is in. I had no idea the Falcons were this bad. I mean, either that or the Patriots are a legit Super Bowl contender with a ridiculous defense. One that has held their last three opponents to single digits, something that they have not done since 2005. They held Atlanta to no digits, 25-0. I texted Grizz at the beginning of the game, and I said, what an abomination. There's nobody at the game. Atlanta fans, it's like, I mean, really? They announced 68,000, and the place was half empty. Now I realize why. The smart Atlanta fans did not go to that game. 25-0. Mac Jones continues to play smart, clean football, 22 of 26 on all underneath stuff last night for 206 yards. He was sacked 3 times, and the only knock on him may be the lack of escapability. You just need to blitz this guy. That's the only way to defend him is to blitz him. And next up for the now 7-4 Patriots is the Titans back in Foxborough. Titans have the Texans on Sunday. So next week, chances are the 2 longest winning streaks in the NFL are on the line in Foxborough. I still think the Chiefs are the team to beat, but we'll see. Huge game Sunday in Kansas City with the Cowboys in town. And it's not nuts to think that this could end up being a Super Bowl preview. I mean, things are that wide open right now in the league. There are very few consistent teams, and everyone has a major wart somewhere. You think of every team, there's just some huge blemish on their record. Nobody that you look at and you say, wow, that team is the team. Later in the 11, Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports is in with thoughts on this weekend's games. I will get to the Zach Stacy story. It is horrific. But I want to get you guys in. So let me get Gilligan in here over there in that little glass room with the slanted ceiling, playing the Platters That Matter and the Stacks of Wax and digging on the Football Friday music and, quite frankly, hoping that the Braves can get this Freddie deal done. You know, I'm just saying. It's Coach Chris.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I'm the producer of the show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put the thing together on a stick of polish.
Brilliant! I've got $100 smoking in my billfold. I know I ought to save it, but it's burning a hole. Right through my pocket and into my skin. Come Monday morning, I'll be broke again. It's finally Friday, I'm free again. I got my motor running for a wild weekend. It's finally Friday, I'm out of control. Forget the working blues and let the good time roll.
Someone call someone because there's a cleanup on aisle 3 as a man is down.
It's like taking poison, like rat poison.
It's not St. Patty's Day, so that's a different day entirely.
Smokey Mike hit me up on a text window. He said, don't do what you did in 2015 at the Ole Miss game. It was actually the LSU game, I think, in 2015. It was a night game. And I parked on some side street. I didn't want to go park in a lot. I parked on some side street, and apparently I was in front of like a apartment complex thing.
Yeah.
And it was a night game, and I go looking for my car at, 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night, and I can't find it. And I am certain that I am on the right street. I keep walking. I must have walked around Tuscaloosa like 15 times downtown. I'm looking everywhere, and I can't find my car. And it turns out that my car was towed. The asshat owner of the apartment complex didn't want anybody parking in front of his apartment complex, and he had everybody towed. So my car was towed. I don't know. I can't even remember now how I found out. I think I had to call the police department to find out how my car got towed.
Yeah.
And it was towed to some impound lot. And I finally found out where it was. Now it's like they closed the impound lot at 1:30 in the morning. Now it's like 1 o'clock, and I called down there, and I get a hold of the guy down there, and they say, yeah, we have the car here. And I begged the guy. I don't know where the place is. The place is 4 miles from where I am. I begged the guy. He says, I'll come and get you. The guy in the tow truck comes and picks me up in front of some bar in the streets of Tuscaloosa, brings me back to the place. It's now closed because it's 1:30 in the morning. They open up the gate. It cost me like $100 to pay for it to get the car out of Hawk, and I drove out of there at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours after the game ended.
Gotta know where to park, man. And someone just wanted to shout out a place. Try to hit up downtown and then park in a parking deck, and then usually you can he said that you take the bus for senior citizens. I don't know if he was talking about himself or he was talking about you. I don't know what he was talking about. But
what senior citizen? I'm no senior citizen.
He said for $1, senior citizens can ride.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, what I did
I'm
after
sure there's
that,
a spot. Auburn's a lot easier actually to park just on the side of the road on Wire Road or go to the intramural fields, and it's all. I mean, usually if you can find a spot.
I began parking then at the little mall there.
Yeah.
And they take the shuttle, which I think is like $10, which is great for one person, but there'll be 4 of us. It's going to be me and you and 2 of my sons. So there'll be 4 of us. Are they going to clip me for $40 if I park, which is, I think, what it would cost probably to park around the stadium anyway. Yeah, I don't know where the hell to park. I'm going full-out fan. I mean, I'm going to wear some Alabama gear. I'm going like a fan, man. This is only the second time in the history of me that I'm going to an Alabama game as a fan. I'm just going to go as a fan. But I don't know where I park.
This is the first time since I think 2007 as a fan. Haven't been to one to cover, but I've been to the opposite side. Like I've been to the Iron Bowl on the other side at Auburn.
In Auburn,
yeah, but not been down there to cover. But also, it's been a while since as a fan since 2007 when they beat Tennessee.
Yeah,
I used to go a lot when I was a kid. Cousin played there. I watched Michael Turner destroy us. With Northern Illinois, that was disgusting. I think somebody
sent me parking. I may have inadvertently deleted that. So whoever texted me into the text window, parking advice, re-hit me on that. All right, let me get Mark in here. Get these guys in here and get the first picks in. Mark, welcome to the show. How are you?
What's up, guys?
You are.
Well, one of the first things I want to talk about was Chris Doering. I guess on SEC Insider this morning or whatever. Have you noticed that the Florida crowd started shifting to, well, our academics are so much better than everybody is, and we're so much tougher than everybody.
Yeah, whenever it gets tight there. Yeah, whenever it gets tight there. And Chris is a friend. He and I have played golf together. But whenever it gets kind of tight, that's one of the things Florida's one of the few AAU schools in the SEC, and Florida can always then divert to, well, we're a little, we're really good academically. We're tough academically, but they can win.
It's kind of their fallback thing. They've used that before, so.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So, as far as we got with the Braves so far, what do you see coming down the pipe for the Braves in the near future?
Well, the biggest thing is to get Freddie done. I cannot believe I can't believe the hang-up is a 6th year. From what I understand, they offered him $135 million guaranteed for 5 years, which is $27 million a year, which would take him to his age 36. 36. He allegedly wants a 6th year, which would take him to age 37. If there's going to be a DH in the American League, I guess I don't have an issue with age 37 for Freddie Freeman.
Right.
And 6 years from now, what will $27 million look like in baseball? There'll be a number of $40 million players. $27 million for baseball 6 years from now may not sound bad. I don't know that I would hold the deal up for a 6th year. I'm not real excited about giving him that kind of money all the way through age 37. But, allegedly the Dodgers and the Yankees are now getting involved in this thing, and they're preparing offers.
Well, so what do you think about this real quick, and then I'll get on my picks. Say 6 years, $190 million. That 6th year is a mutual option.
6 years, 190 is a little rich. You're talking about 33. I mean, come on. $35 million a year?
It's a mutual option on that one. So, like, maybe you drop it to 180 with a 6-year with a mutual option.
Yeah. Somewhere,
Yeah.
if that's what it is. I mean, something like that. I'm not sure that I want to go down that path, but that far. But I don't know that the $27 million is an issue. I think the issue is the 6th year. So on top of 135, another $27 million, maybe 163, 164. I think he'd go for 6 years for 165.
Well, hey, that's a hot take. That's the first time I heard that. So.
Yeah. Well, they offered 5 years, 135, and supposedly the issue isn't the money; it's the years. He wants one more year. So.
You think that's just because he knows that's when he's going to retire?
Well, I don't think he knows that's when he's going to retire, but I think he wants to be locked up for 6 years. He'd like to be locked up through 37, and then I think you look at it at that point in time. He's looking at whether or not what kind of shape are you in and everything else.
Well, I don't want to take anybody else's time, so I'll get on the pick 3.
All right, the pick 3 is the trifecta. You knucklehead.
Trifecta. I'm sorry.
Let's get this right now. We've only been doing it for 15 years.
Freudian slip. I'm sorry.
Sparty plus 19.5 at Ohio State. What do you think?
I like Sparty outright.
Spartacus!
Man, outright. Wow. Get on the money line. Hogs plus 21.5 at Alabama.
Yeah, I want to pick Bama, but I don't. I think 21 might be a little too much. I'm saying 17.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Auburn minus 7.5 at Carolina.
Ooh, this one's a tough one too. What was the spread?
7.5.
Give me Auburn, damn it.
War Eagle.
I didn't want to say it. You didn't want to say it. Cowboys plus 2.5 in a tiebreaker at the Chiefs.
Tiebreaker. The spread on that one?
Plus 2.5 for the Cowboys.
Give me the Chiefs.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
You got him.
Thanks, Tom. Good show.
Man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Wolverine Dan is next. Wolverine Dan, welcome to the show. How are you?
All I got to say from last weekend, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Oh, God, that pit, Tom, I gorged myself. Oh, my God, Tom.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, mom and pop Italian places, corned beef sandwiches. Oh, the wedding, Tom, it was for a king. I drank so much liquor, and it didn't matter because I ate so much. I didn't eat all day long until 7 o'clock when they started serving appetizers.
Wolverine Dan was on Long Island at an Italian wedding over the weekend, so he was with the wise guys all weekend long. Good job by you.
Oh, geez, Tom, it was unbelievable.
You fit in, though. You fit in all right with those guys. Don't you have a little of Italian in you?
Yeah,
I thought you had a little bit of Italian.
Yeah, we were talking. Yeah, youth, stuff like that.
Yeah, Yuns.
We had a good time. I loved it, and I said, man, it feels good to be back home with the Yankees. And there's a Mets fan. Oh, they're really. This guy, Nick, that's doing the whole thing, he's a big Mets fan, and they take it serious there against Mets and Yankees.
Oh, yeah, they do. yeah, they do. Are you kidding me? That's like Auburn and Alabama for folks in in New York City. Are you kidding me?
That and Ohio State, Michigan, you put the four together, and that's still not like it's the Subway Series. No. The Mets can't stand the Yankees. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, so let's do this trifecta, and then all
right, Sparty gets 19.5. It's a playoff game because the loser's out. Sparty gets 19.5 at Ohio State.
Oh, I'll take the B team.
I'm Spartacus.
It took me a minute there to figure out who that was. The Hogs get 21.5 at Alabama.
I'll take that Razorback.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Auburn is minus 7 and a hook at South Carolina.
Oh, they got no quarterback. I'll take South Carolina.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
And in our tiebreaker, the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs.
An honor my grandson that he thinks Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady. I'll take the Chiefs.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
All right, we got you in, brother.
All right, brother. I'm telling you right now, I wish there was some mom and pops down here like that. Give me some corned beef sandwiches and a little bit of Italian,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing I miss. But, it's offset by everything else. I love this. Thanks for the call. I absolutely love the Southern culture. I mean, I have been a Southerner at heart my whole life, to be honest with you, and I love the culture. The one thing I do miss is the hometown Italian culture back home. All right, let me get Shane Sean in. Shane Sean, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just going to hop on the trifecta.
Sparty gets 19.5 at Ohio State.
Man, that is a tough one. I'm going to take Michigan State to cover, but Ohio State to win.
I'm Spartacus!
Well, they're always tough with the line. I mean, that's the point of the line. The Hogs get 21.5 at Alabama.
21.5?
21 and a hook.
I will take Arkansas.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
That's the
Auburn.
first time I picked against Bama all year.
Yeah, I've missed on them all year long. Auburn, that's why I'm going to go see them. I'm going to go look at them up close and personal and see what the hell's going on. Auburn is minus 7.5 at South Carolina.
I'm going against the grain. I'm taking South Carolina.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
That might not be against the grain, to be honest with you. That's where I'm at. And in our tiebreaker, the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs.
Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
All right, we got you in, brother.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. All right, let's get a break in. We'll get the lines going again in the next hour. We get it open once in each hour for you to get in on those picks. But coming up next, Allan Bell Jr. from CBS Sportsline. He will join us next, right here on 97.7 ESPN. Listen.
At Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, people call the award-winning burgers totally insane, which is a compliment because Bad Daddy's Burgers are just that, chef-inspired expressions of pure burger amazingness built with premium Angus beef. They're bold and they're bad. Pair one with one of their signature cocktails or assortment of local craft brews. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, 2317 Memorial Parkway. Check out our menu and even order online at BadDaddy'sBurgerBar.com.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us, too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Take your taste buds back in time with a trip to the all-new Bubby's Diner, offering a variety of mouth-watering food from delicious starters to 50s-style diner food and meat-and-free meals, featuring owner and Huntsville native Chris Bubby Belcher's family's homemade recipes. Open Monday through Saturday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at 8412 Whitesburg Drive in the former Gibson's Barbecue. Drive-in, drive-through, carry-out, or curbside pickup with delivery coming soon through Grub South. Bubby's Diner, home of the Donut Burger.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Segment of the show is brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. For all your mortgage needs, it's North Alabama Mortgage. I am working with them right now on a refi. They do such a tremendous job at North Alabama Mortgage, and it doesn't matter whether you're in Tennessee or Florida or Alabama. They've got you covered with conventional VA, FHA, and USDA loans. And Brian Hammaker and his crew, they just do such a tremendous job down there. Specialists in all kinds of mortgages, whether it's a new purchase or a refinance. Cash out refinances are available for home renos and college expenses and other types of expenses as well. And they are a VA specialist, and they work very hard for our veterans. Go to NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's North Alabama Mortgage. All right. To the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline we go with Allan Bell Jr. from CBS Sportsline. He joins us now. AB, welcome back. How are you?
Big dog, doing great, man. You doing all right?
I am fantastic, and man, I had no idea that the Falcons were that bad. I mean, they had played some decent football. I got into 4-4, and I don't know if I'm looking at a great resurgent New England Patriot team that has now held 3 straight teams to single digits and held the Falcons to 0 digits last night, or I'm just looking at a horrific Falcon team. But that was kind of weird to watch last night.
Yeah, so there's a couple ways to look at this, to break it down. First off, the Atlanta Falcons are not a good football team. Their offensive line is a problem. You know, Matt Ryan, when he doesn't have time, he's in trouble. But the bigger thing is that the Falcons had no chance last night. Like, go back last week to the Browns. All right, Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, they're essentially kind of the same guy. They have made careers off of when you come into a game banged up and injured, one-dimensional, they're going to make you zero-dimensional. They're just going to take you out. And that's what Belichick has done the last 2 weeks with Cordell Patterson being out of the game last night. They had no run game, essentially. So they're already good at covering tight ends. They're the best, actually, in the NFL at doing that. So they're like, okay, you have no run game. We're going to shut down Kyle Pitts. Good luck, right? Like, that's essentially what they did. And then 3, the New England Patriots are playing great football right now. They are extremely balanced on both sides of the ball. This defense is flying around. They're physical. they're going to make you earn every single yard. So, yeah, all three of those apply, but the Patriots are a really good football team right now.
And it seems like they went in with the mindset of keeping everything underneath. They did not ask Mac Jones to throw the ball down the field, and he hits everything. I mean, he hits everything. I think he was 22 or 26, something like that, on all that underneath stuff throughout the game. And it seems like the only way to slow him down is to blitz him. And because he is not very mobile, he does not have very much escapability. So it seems like that's the only way you can do anything with that guy. And it makes you wonder about how will the Titans next week when they go to Foxborough. You know, you're talking about a New England team that's going to be off of a mini bye, having 9-10 days to prepare for that game. The Titans with the Texans in town this week, and so you're going to have the two longest winning streaks in the NFL on the line next week in Foxborough, and you wonder how the Titans attack them defensively.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun chess match because you're right. Mac Jones, look, we're not comparing Mac Jones to Tom Brady, but what we are is saying that they're pretty similar quarterbacks in the sense of this. They're not very mobile. They have no problem standing in the pocket, with some pressure and taking the hit and getting the ball out there. And they're going to complete a ton of passes, right? So you're exactly right. Like, the way to get to Mac Jones or Tom Brady is either what the Falcons did last night, a couple of those sacks where, they really just blitz from the corner position, or you blitz directly up the middle, okay? Mm-hmm. So I think the Titans are going to do more of up the middle because they have an advantage there, with Danico Autry and Big Jeff Simmons, coming, because they don't really have, their secondaries play well, but they don't have the secondary depth to be bringing corner blitzes because you leave them on an island, things can get bad, in a hurry. But I can't wait to watch that game. They've all been fun with this Mike Vrabel versus Bill Belichick. And now we got two really good teams they're going to play against each other. That's going to be good one.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting for the Fox. I can't believe we're talking about down the stretch already in the NFL. We're talking about the last 2 weeks of the regular season in college football. I just don't know where it went. It's amazing. It feels like it takes forever to get here, and it just whips by so fast. But for the Patriots, they'll get the Titans. Then they are at the Bills. Then they're at the Colts, which is a fair football team, and come back home against the Bills before finishing against Jacksonville and Miami, which look like winnable games for them. Theoretically, you could make the case that the 7-4 New England Patriots, they could also end up being 7-8 here after the next month of games because these are some real serious tests now coming up. The Bills twice, plus the Titans and the Colts game is on the road.
Oh, yeah, it's about to get real quick. But when you're a team that plays defense and can run the ball, that's tough to deal with, man, right? Like, we just went through kind of that, Titan stretch where it was like, okay, now they've got the Chiefs, they've got the Bills, they've got the Saints, and the Titans ran right through it, right? So I'm not saying that the Patriots are going to do that, and especially those two games against the Bills, because that's essentially going to, kind of define who's the leader in this division, right? So, yeah, it's about to get real. We're going to find out how good that football team is. But I got a feeling, man, that they respond pretty well. I'm not saying that they go 4-0, but if they get 2-2, 3-1 out of that, man, that's a huge win for them.
Well, it also feels real all of a sudden for the Chiefs. It feels like they got healthy in a hurry in that game against the Raiders. The Raiders had played decent before that, and then all of a sudden the Chiefs now show up, and they played really, really well. And now here comes the Dallas Cowboys, who have been playing pretty well all season outside of that debacle against the Denver Broncos. This game will be at Kansas City. Really a fascinating type matchup. And to be honest, in this NFL this year, where there is no consistency really out of anyone, is it out of the realm of possibility to think that this could be a Super Bowl preview? That this could be that kind of a game. Dallas gets 2.5 at Kansas City. What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, that could absolutely be a Super Bowl, kind of preview, right? Like both of these teams, well, at least the Cowboys, have been legit all season. The Chiefs, like you said, the last three, they've really turned it up. But they started running the football. Like what we talked about week after week on the show is that once they become not too arrogant to run the football, the passing game will open up for them. So I think, what we just talked about, in regards to learning about the Patriots, we're about to learn about the Chiefs, right? Because this is a big one here. I'm fascinated at the chess match in this because as crazy as this sounds, I don't know if the Chiefs want to get in a shootout type game because the Cowboys' defense is better and the Cowboys' offense is better, right? Like, it's going to be fascinating at what kind of game that the Chiefs play against Dallas, because you have to score, but you're going to have to limit their offensive opportunities too, because the Chiefs secondary still has issues back there. And Dak Prescott and this Cowboys team, they have no problem finding your problems and exploiting them. So yeah, I can't wait to watch this one.
Allan Bell Jr. with us here. All right, so some of the games that we have in our trifecta today, college-wise, the playoffs start in college football at the Horseshoe, where Michigan State and Ohio State will play an elimination game. I mean, the loser's out. And then Ohio State will play Michigan next week at the Big House, and the loser's out. So we kind of have that scenario going on right now. Sparty gets 19.5 points at Ohio State. Can they hang, or is Ohio State hitting their stride after what we saw last week against Purdue?
So, all right, so speaking from a betting perspective, okay, the last 7 times that Ohio State had a game before playing Michigan, they're 0-7 against the spread.
Wow.
0-7, right? Yep, absolutely. Because not that they're looking ahead to Michigan, but they're definitely keeping some things in reserve and just looking to win the game. So giving Michigan State to cover, Ohio State will win this game. It's also fascinating that, the opening spread for Ohio State-Michigan next week is Ohio State by 6. And this is 19.5. And Michigan State beat Michigan. Like, this is a crazy kind of number here, right? Like, that's a big, big difference. So, yeah, like, give me Michigan State to cover the game. It might be tight, but that's a ton of points, man. That's just a lot of points.
Speaking of a lot of points, Arkansas gets 21.5 at Alabama. I'll be at the game as a fan. Only the second time in, 20 years that I've gone to an Alabama game as a fan. And I'll be sitting in the stands to watch this one, taking Grizz with me and have a couple of my sons with me. And Arkansas gets 21.5. Alabama has been very inconsistent and sloppy throughout the season. Do they cover this number, 21.5, or do the Hogs hang around?
So, all right, the last 2 years, Alabama's outscored Arkansas 100-10. Now, Arkansas is a different team this year, so those numbers might not mean anything. But I think this is where it gets fascinating to me. Alabama, if they want to cover the spread, they can cover that spread. No problem. This is business time for Alabama. They've been there. Nick Saban's been there. This is when they turn things up every single year. But I think that Alabama and Nick Saban and Bill O'Brien and the coaching staff are looking at this saying, okay, we need to fix some things and get perfect in areas where we might not be as good as we should be, say the run game. And I understand there have been injuries there. So I could see Alabama getting ahead in this game and then using it, not to disrespect Arkansas and say it's practice reps, but kind of in that mentality, right? So give me Arkansas to cover. But Alabama wins the game. They win easily. And if they want to cover, like if that were something that they wanted to do, they would have no problem doing it. But I think that they used this game later on, especially the second half, to just really focus on, certain items that they want to get better at before Auburn, before the SEC championship game, and before the playoff.
It feels like the back door is open in that game, with that number. It kind of feels that way. All right. TJ Finley gets his first start ever for Auburn, and it comes against South Carolina on the road. How comfortable would you be with laying 7.5 with Auburn? And they also don't have their kicker, Anders Carlson. How comfortable would you be laying that kind of number with Auburn at Carolina?
Yeah, so, I'm actually more concerned about the kicking situation than I am the quarterback, right? And that's nothing against Bo Nix. I think TJ Finley is a fine backup, and he's played in this, conference, and he's played against South Carolina before, right? So the kicking part actually does concern me just from a betting points perspective. That said, I actually kind of like Auburn in this spot, and we might get a little bit of public money on South Carolina, and if you get that number from 7.5 to 7, you're sitting in great shape. I would say take it. Like, I think that there's a natural boost, just kind of an energy shot in the Auburn locker room with a new quarterback. Not saying that they didn't like Bo Nix. It's just a natural thing. We're like, okay, well, things are a little bit different, right? Like, we got to be on point here. So I think that Auburn actually comes out and might put it all over South Carolina. Give me Auburn this one.
Wow. Okay. Allan Bell Jr. has been our guest. CBS Sportsline is where you find him. AB, I appreciate you so much, man. It's good to get your intake on these games.
Hey, Big Dog, appreciate it. You and Grizz and the Suns, y'all have fun at the games.
Yeah, we will. I've got to figure out where to park. I don't know what the parking situation is, but we'll be all right.
Otherwise, the Big Dog right up to the stadium.
Well, that's how, when they had the media, I would go in with the media a lot back when they had a media lot. You go in and you'd have a pass and you knew where to park and everything else. But now, not so much. And so I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, man. Appreciate you.
See you, Big Doug.
Grizz, it may be the mall. It just may be the mall and be done with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking at all this stuff. It's free to park at the mall, but then it costs you $20 to get on that shuttle. But it's it's free to park at the mall. I think that may be the route. Just screw it, park at the mall. I'll pay the $80 for us and let's go and be done with it. I mean, I didn't pay for the tickets or the meal at the game. If that's our only expense, maybe it's worth it. Maybe that's the way to go. Because I don't know. There's the free parking deck. I guess some parking deck where it's only $1.
Why don't we just park at Baumhauer's and then somehow get over? That's a little bit further, but
I don't
it's
even
a little
know
further
that you
away.
I don't know that you could do it, but that's a hike.
That is
to
a
walk,
hike.
that would be a hike.
That'd be a bad hike too. That's a
Yeah.
far walk. No, I'm just kidding. It's nowhere near the stadium.
You'd need some kind of a shuttle or something from there.
Yeah.
There's some kind of a parking deck, a city parking deck, I think, that has like a $1 shuttle. I don't know. Guys, you got to help me out, man. I'm just Joe fan tomorrow. I'm loving it. All right, we get a break. We will come back and wrap up hour number 1 next, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Valley Equipment Rental. Pretty self-explanatory name, no? Thom Abraham here. And look, Valley Equipment Rental is all over the Tennessee Valley, and they rent equipment, all kinds of equipment, and not just to the contractors out there, but to you, the general public, as well. Need a skid steer or an excavator? Well, they've got over 40 units to make sure they've got one for you. From huge boom lifts to miscellaneous hand tools, it's at Valley Equipment Rental on the South Parkway. And soon, they'll have a second location to handle even more equipment. More on that to come.
Have you ever found exactly the right new car or truck with the exact features that you want and nothing else? Well, at Woody Anderson Ford, we can promise you just that. Hey, Bobby White back again, and you can now factory order your new Ford today, and you'll get your new car or truck exactly the way you want it. And there's no extra cost to custom order. Plus, you get $1,000 off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates. This applies to 2021 F-150, Explorer, Ranger, and Expedition. It's a win-win with a custom order at Woody Anderson Ford. You get the colors, the features, and the options that fit your life. Plus, you get notified when it's built, shipped, and ready to deliver. Listen, buying a new car or truck is likely the second largest investment you'll ever make. So why settle? Get exactly what you want with a custom factory order today. And get $1,000 off MSRP. See how at WoodyAndersonFord.com or at the corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Alabama Sports Officials Foundation encourages everyone to get involved in the game. Play an important role in today's kids' athletic experiences. There is a tremendous need for officials. Games are being canceled due to the shortage of officials. Sign up to officiate to help keep the games going. Let's don't let our kids be denied the opportunity of playing sports due to the parents' lack of participation. You too can be a part of the game.
No other radio station in Alabama has 2 voters for the Heisman Trophy.
Winner of the Heisman Memorial Trophy is...
Listen to Steve Moulton and Scott Tyson. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Welcome back to Thom Abraham Show. So, Grizz, we're still on we're talking radio terms here, clock. We're still on the original clock, right? We're still on a 55 clock at the first hour and then the 57 on the second hour. Is that right? Okay, good. All right, Brandon, stay right there because I've got a wide open segment in the first hour of the second, in the first segment of the second hour of the show. We're going to be open lines for that entire night, and you're going to get jammed if I do it right now. Grizz, we heard that commercial, though, for the officiating. Have you ever officiated anything? Do you ever think about doing that?
I did soccer. I did wrestling a couple of times.
I did youth basketball when I was younger. I officiated youth basketball.
I can do it all. I just don't like the criticism. I I did soccer, and it was 8U. And the coach was all flashy.
And you're worried about criticism?
The coach was all flashy. He was a jerk. Parents are jerks.
Well,
and these
why
coaches
does that
are
bother
jerks
you,
out there.
Why does the criticism bother you?
I mean, because it's
don't let that bother me.
you think it's gonna change the game or something.
Yeah, but it should. That's what
I'm trying to
you.
rig an 8U game. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Don't let it bother you. Why would it bother you? I think that goes to the makeup. I think that's a makeup you have to be an official, to be any kind of official. Is that you can't let anything bother you, what anybody else is saying.
I know. I like the ones that chirp back that are smart and they they know what they're doing. Obviously, you know what I mean. Yeah. And I love it when they get on with a coach and it's if at least you have a personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not just not a straight jerk.
Well, I never yelled when I was a coach, and I never coached little kids. I coached varsity high school and then college. But when I coached, I always had an ongoing conversation with the sideline guy on our side, and I was never a yell guy. I would always kind of work him a little bit and have discussions with him throughout the game. Probably grabbing our guy on the end there. And kind of have that because I think they tune you out if you're screaming about everything.
Oh yeah.
I think they tune you out at that particular point in time, and I do that. But when I officiated, it was like U12 basketball. And girls and boys, and if anybody said anything, I would just laugh. I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? These are little kids. Stop it! Shut up!" All right, coming up next, open lines next, right here, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. We're still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatewitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Never mind fall and football being in the air. We want to taste it.
And never mind not being able to tailgate at the game. Let's create the ultimate barbecue experience in your own backyard.
You said it, Foster Brooks, and that's where Brooks & Collier comes in. Big selection of outdoor furniture.
And a big selection of grills and smokers like Traeger, Big Green Egg, Blaze, even DCS, and more.
This is the good stuff.
And Paul, we definitely got the accessories. And remember, we deliver. Visit us at 813 Meridian Street and shop online at brooksandcollier.com.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi with what you need to know. Browns running back Nick Chubb set to return for Sunday's game against the Lions. The team activated him off the COVID-19 list. Chubb, third in the NFL in rushing, missed the last game after testing positive for COVID. Cleveland remains without running back Kareem Hunt. He's still on IR with a calf injury. Browns are last in the AFC North, trailing division-leading Baltimore by a game and a half. NBA Warriors point guard Steph Curry not yet sure of his status tonight against the Pistons because of a hip contusion. He sustained the injury Tuesday, played through it last night, had 40 points in the win over Cleveland. Lakers could get LeBron James back tonight against the Celtics, 7:30 Eastern, ESPN TV. James questionable with an abdominal strain that's kept him out the last 8 games. The second part of our Friday doubleheader, Phoenix hosting Dallas, Suns going for an 11th consecutive victory.
November in Alabama means one thing. The Iron Bowl.
War Eagle, baby. War Eagle, baby.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby.
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Hour number 2 of the Thom Abraham Show. This segment brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. Woody Anderson Ford for all your service needs. Do what I do. Go to Woody Anderson Ford and get your vehicle serviced there. Also, it's a great place to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle. I bought 2 now in the last 3 or 4 months. The Woody Anderson Ford F-150, which will get us to Tuscaloosa safely on Saturday for the game tomorrow. And just bought for my wife a 2019 gold certified Woody Anderson Ford ragtop Mustang, the white Mustang. And Grizz, you saw the picture of it. Sweet,
beautiful,
man.
Beautiful
nice.
car.
The car is nice too.
Very nice. Well, yeah.
The car is good looking.
JYB's good too. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent Grizz a picture of her standing.
And thank you
the car.
again, Alan, for the birthday wishes. Thank you everybody again. Yeah. That was great. It was a great birthday.
That was
32, baby.
32 years old, except for the Falcons last night.
Yeah, that was bad. That was just I was going to puke a little bit.
Not a good thing.
Right now.
To make you throw up a little bit in your mouth. Now, so somebody called in and said that Central High School parking lot,
$20.
$20 to park. But then what?
Then
How far is that?
I think it's not far from the cemetery in Rammer Jammer, so it sounds like
not
it's
too
close.
bad. Probably 25-minute walk.
Yeah.
From there.
I got the legs. I don't know if I got the ankles.
Well, keep in mind, after the game, I mean, it's going to be 66 and sunny. Layers. I suggest layers because when the sun goes down at 4:30, right, by the time we get out of there at 6:30, it's going to be, Hawk will be flying. It might be a little bit cold. I don't know if they have a shuttle from there, but it says get there early. I'm picking Grizz up at 9:30. That's early enough, right? From there
that should
to
be plenty of time if the game's at 2:30.
they didn't get us there around noonish, and
but you probably still want to get there early though, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people there.
Oh, there will be. It'll be 100,000.
The thing is about the
Senior
college
day.
roads. They shut down one road and then they think that it's smart and it's just absolutely chaos. People don't know how to drive. Man,
well, they shut down a couple of roads. I mean, they'll shut down.
LSU's like the worst when they do that. You can't get anywhere. It took me like almost 2 hours to get half a mile down the road just to park.
Yeah,
it was awful.
Yeah, the high school. I mean, it's $20.
Auburn's not bad
Central.
because you park on the side of the road on Wire Road and you're good to go, especially if you don't have a pass. And then you can just turn around on the other side of the road and then you go back out on 85.
The Central High line. Yeah, that's not too far. That's pretty close. But if we got there when he says get there early.
Yeah.
I don't know. If we got there,
See, like last time I went to the basketball game against Western Kentucky last year. And of course, it was a COVID season, and actually everybody was out of town. It's
also 12,000, 14,000 people. Basketball.
Well, I'm just saying, just where I got to park. I mean, that was just easy to go right there, Coleman.
For sure.
Brandon's got a great spot, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I need to know. Brandon knows. Let me talk to him. By the way, we have your Friday trifecta for you. Michigan State plus 19 on the hook at Ohio State. Arkansas plus 21.5 at Alabama. Auburn minus 7.5 at Carolina. The tiebreaker is the Cowboys plus 2.5 at the Chiefs. We are open lines this segment and next, and then we'll have Lee Sterling coming up to help us wrap up the show from Paramount Sports. Let me go to Brandon. Brandon, welcome to the show. How are you, man?
Man, doing really good. And was going to tell you, I've got a parking pass for the Northington RV lot that's behind the Bolero on McFarland.
Ooh.
It's right there next to it.
Ooh.
And I've got 2 extra tickets to the basketball game tonight, too, because my wife won't be here till late with my daughter. So if for some reason you decide you wanted to bring the RV, I got you a spot to park. And then if you need a ride tomorrow, y'all can ride with us.
Wait a minute. So do you have an RV? Is that why you have an RV parking lot spot thing or what?
Yeah, we got that earlier in the year, and then we decided to go stay at the Lake Lurleen so the kids can play up there. So I ended up buying 2 passes and not using them.
So how do I get your pass to get into the RV parking lot?
I'll meet you and hand it to you.
Ooh. All right, we gotta have to figure this out. All right, this is sounding like a good idea because from the RV parking lot, it's a short walk, right? I mean,
it's a short walk,
or it could ride over with you guys.
Yeah, you ride over with us. Like I said, I just told my wife, if you decide to ride with us, it's only a mile. I'm just going to jump in the back of the truck and give you the front seat, and then your wife, we're in a crew cab truck, so we got plenty of room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my wife's not going. It's just me, Grizz, and 2 of my sons. So it'll be us 4 dudes. But, I mean, a mile, we could walk that, too, if we had to. But, yeah, we can jump in the truck. We'll jump in the back of the truck. I don't care. We could do that. All right, so we'll have to work that out. So, Grizz, you got Brandon's number? Because I'm going to talk to him after the game, or after the show, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah.
This is a good idea. And this is solved. This is issue solved. This is problem solved. We're going to hang with Brandon at the RV lot, so that'll be good. We just have to figure out how we meet and and get those things. All right, good stuff. All right, Brandon, you want to get in on this trifecta or what?
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got Sparty getting 19.5 at Ohio State. What do you think?
Ooh, that's close for me, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Ohio State will get them by 3 touchdowns.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
I'm with you on that one. The Hogs get 21.5 at the game that we'll all be at Alabama.
I don't know what Saban's mood is. I don't know if this is going to be a teaching game or if he's wanting to go out here and just flex his muscle and show what he's got. So as bad as I hate to say it, I'm going to take the Hogs and the points.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Yeah, and I don't think he's doing anything other than putting the wood down now. This is the time. I mean, I don't know if they can because they don't play clean. But I don't know that they got. By the way, where are your seats? Because you probably got a lot better seats than we got.
Well, we had to get 6 together because we're meeting some people. So we're in U4, JJ. Maybe I'm trying to remember exactly where we're at. But our seats where we usually are better. We're in U3 row 1. But I had to forego those and was able to sell those 4 and make enough money to buy 6 together and get the tickets today that we're going to, me and my son, for Nick at noon. We're headed there right now to go eat lunch with Nick.
Is that upper tank or where is you? I don't know. I don't know anything about the stadium other than where the press box is because I've been to 100 games in a press box, but I've never been once. I've been to a game in the stadium. So will you be in upper deck or where?
Level. U3 is press box level. U4 are uppers.
Okay. All right. Well, we're in double S, down in the lower part of double S. So we're in the end zone corner, upper deck, but the lower part of the upper deck. So, you know, that'll be fine though. All right. Auburn is minus 7.5 at South Carolina.
I'm going to take South Carolina in this one.
They may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
And the Cowboys in the tiebreaker get 2.5 at the Chiefs.
Cowboys, they just seem hot right now.
Yeah, well, so do the Chiefs. I hear you.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
But the Chiefs looked pretty good last week, but we'll see. All right, Shane Sean, I'll hook up with Brandon, I'll hook up with you after the show, and we'll work out the details.
All righty, we'll do it. Roll Tide.
All right, man, appreciate you. See, Grizz, that's the advantage of doing what we do. Is we got friends. Boom. I mean, how about that?
That was nice.
That's the end of the problem.
End of it.
That's the end of the problem. We get to the RV lot, which is not that far. We get to the RV lot, and we jump in the back of their pickup truck, and we ride in.
Let's do it.
You know what I mean?
I'm ready.
Well, wait a minute. How do we jump in the back? Where does he park when he gets in there then?
Probably next to it. Behind it or something. It's probably big enough for both.
No. He says drive it or I don't know. I'll find it. Now I don't know what he's talking about. Like, do we ride in with him from the RV lot, or is he saying we're just going to give us a ride to the RV lot?
Either or.
No, we're going to get a pass into the RV lot, and then
we're getting the pass into the RV lot, ride to the game.
Ride to the game, but where does he park the truck when we ride to the game?
I have no idea.
You follow?
He's probably he knows somebody. I'm sure we'll figure it out. You should know somebody.
I did, but he passed away. So, no, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. You know, I know the press box is all I know. I'm going like a fan. I'm going to be like a fan.
My cousin used to live back in the day, like literally right across the street from the stadium, but he doesn't live in Tuscaloosa anymore.
You got any Alabama gear to wear?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Dale is up next. Dale, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Fantastic, man.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Brandon said you need to get an RV. I'm pretty sure he said y'all needed an RV to get in the RV park.
I don't.
I think I missed that one too. I think.
I don't think so. I didn't hear that.
I think he said that. Something about you come up with an RV. I got passes for the RV park. They may not let you come in there without an RV. I want to ask him that when he hopped up.
Show up with one of those campers on the back of a truck.
That would be obviously. There's no RV. I mean, I got the Woody Anderson Ford. I mean, I can talk to Banks of Motorhomes, but you know.
Can go down to maybe work up some kind of sponsorship with Camping World or something and get you an RV right quick.
No, I think we're all right.
Yeah.
I think we can get in.
I could swear he said you needed an RV, but I may be wrong. But I think he said that, but I'm not sure. Maybe y'all work it out. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe I hope y'all have a good time. I'm an Auburn fan, so I really don't want to go watch Alabama play. So
yeah.
I mean, I have before. I went with my father-in-law, and he's a huge Alabama fan. He wanted to take my son, so we went down there, which my son, I've told you before, is LSU fan. And time he got back home, he said, I hate Alabama. So we told him, he said, every time they get a first down, they say, Roll Tide. And it was just driving him nuts. First down Alabama, they always say Roll Tide, and it was driving him crazy.
Oh,
So they're
Grizz.
saying that, them being an LSU fan. Yeah, every time they get a first down, they all holler Roll Tide every time.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I do that. They do something like that everywhere. Grumpy is a great idea. Grizz, why the hell did we think of this? Grizz, drop you guys at the gate.
Yeah.
And then one
then
guy does
back.
the mall trip. Yeah, we drop at the gate, park at the mall, and one guy rides in. Well, what the hell did I think of that? See, I don't think like a fan.
Yeah.
I don't think like a fan. I don't have these ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drop
I need to.
everybody off. Yeah, drop everybody off and the Grizz go park 5 miles away and walk back. And y'all be
I'll go park.
I got the
yeah,
legs.
right.
I got
So
the
that's
legs.
the other. I still like Brandon's idea better, but
Yeah,
but if
sounds
I have
good.
to have an RV, then that's not going to work. I don't think
Well,
that's.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said that, but I don't know.
And then pretty
that's
sure
the
he
case-
did. He did. He really did. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
we do
pretty
have to
sure
have
we had
one.
to have an RV.
I think we do have to have one.
If that's the case, everybody would be parking there in their pickup trucks and wouldn't be no RV park.
That's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. He is
But
right.
I've been to a bunch of Auburn games, and we found a place to park over at like the public works place where the police department and all those guys get gas. And there's only like every time you go there, there's a bunch of. I mean, it's free. You park there, and you're like a half a mile from the stadium. You just walk straight down the road right into the stadium, and you come back and you get out and get back on the road and gone. I mean, I don't know why everybody don't park
See, when
there.
I was doing a
park
game
there.
day tailgate show on the Crimson Tide Radio Network, when I started going down there, we just parked on the quad. We literally parked on the quad. I mean, literally on the quad, and then just left the station. We would drive the station vehicle down. We would park the station vehicle on the quad next to the stage. Remember where the stage used to be? The stage would be on the quad for the pregame before they moved it over to the Walk of Champions. The stage would be on the quad, and we would park the station vehicle next to the stage. We would do the show from the stage, and then just walk over. And Kenny and Eli, they would have a golf cart. They would have a golf cart to go back and forth from the quad to the stadium, which is like, you could throw a rock. But anyway, all right.
Okay. So, yeah, let me get on this trifecta so somebody else can get in here.
All right. Sparty gets 19.5 at Ohio State.
I think that's a lot of points, but I'm going to go Ohio State.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
The Hogs get 21.5 at Alabama.
I'm gonna have to go Arkansas. I mean, Alabama. I know Alabama's gonna win, but I just think Arkansas is gonna stick around a little bit.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Every single pick so far. Auburn, your Auburn Tigers minus 7.5 at Carolina.
Man, that's scary. I want to take South Carolina because I don't know what T.J. Finley's gonna do, but I got to stay with my Tigers. You know?
Go compete in pickleball if you want to.
And the tiebreaker is the Cowboys getting 2.5 at the Chiefs.
Oh, I got to go with the Red Hot Saints after what I seen them do the other day. Patrick Mahomes 5 touchdown passes. You got to go with them.
I really appreciate that Patrick price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
It is at the Chiefs, though, right?
That's the Chiefs. Yeah, it's at the
Okay,
Chiefs.
yeah, I'm going Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going with Chiefs.
All right, we got you in.
All right, man. I hope y'all have a good time this weekend. Y'all
Thanks,
be good.
brother.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, see you.
Rude Dog is up next. He took me on yesterday in the trifecta, or in the Beat the Big Dog. He's already up a game because of the stupid Falcons. Stupid Falcons. Rude Dog, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, I hope I'm on a roll right here, but yeah, I'll get in on the trifecta.
All right, so and you can hedge some of these because these are games that were in the Beat the Big Dog. But the Spartans getting 19.5 at Ohio State.
We'll stick with the Michigan State.
I'm Spartacus!
The Hogs get 21.5 at Alabama.
Hogs.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Auburn, what would have been Arkansas Rick or Hog Rick? What was his? Razorback Rick. That's what it was. Razorback Rick used to call the show all the time. I haven't heard from him in a long time. Auburn minus 7.5 at South Carolina.
South Carolina.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
And the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs in the tiebreaker.
Kansas City.
I really appreciate that Patrick price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
All right, we got you in, Rude Duck.
All right, man.
We'll keep it rolling with Grumpy next. Grumpy, welcome in. How are you?
Pretty good. I love these guys giving up their secret parking spots on the air.
Yeah, I need it. Nobody's listening. Tell me your secret parking spot. You know where you slip in. But we used to be able to park. Now this is in the Shula days, but we used to be able to just park on the street. You know what I mean? You would go to any street, just park on the street, and you'd be fine. Then I got towed against LSU, and then I stopped doing that. So
yeah, I remember when you could. I mean, now you have to rent a tent in all those areas where you could just throw up a tent. But yeah, everything's changed.
Yeah, you showed up on the quad, and people would just put up a tent and all that kind of stuff. And now they changed it. Now it's all changed. It's yeah. The stage has been moved from the quad. The pregame stage has been moved from the quad over to the Walk of Champions. And we used to.
I think I'm going to start taking in a smaller school game every year and kind of pass on the larger schools. That's going to be my new kind of hobby during the season.
I'd like to go see UAB at UAB's new stadium. Especially when they move into the American. Maybe see UAB play a game.
On my bucket list is that small dome in the Dakotas. I think it's South Dakota.
South Dakota.
It's got a dome. Yeah, it's got the small dome. I'd love to go to that.
That's the team that won like 9 straight national championships. That's where Carson Wentz played, and where the kid at Trey Lance played, and South Dakota State.
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State.
And
North Dakota State.
I think you can park your car and ice skate in instead of walking.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah. Idaho would be pretty cool. Have you ever seen that weird? Isn't that the one that's like wooden?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird. It's like all wood or something.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go. I go
it's
to
like
Rickett.
A weird
I go
dome.
to Rickett
You should
Field
see it.
if I want to do that. In Birmingham, go watch baseball down there.
All right, let's get this trifecta here.
Sparty gets 19.5.
I'll go with Sparty.
I'm Spartacus.
The Arkansas gets 21.5.
Your betting guy earlier said that Alabama was going to be working on certain things. Whenever I hear certain things, I'm like, unless you're going to give me more detail than that, I don't even know if I believe what you're saying. And Alabama is going to be working on certain things, I guess, because they got to kill everybody from here on in if they want to get in the playoffs and lose to Georgia possibly. So Alabama's going to roll them.
I tell our players, if you want to talk to the other team, join the damn debate team.
That's right. Join the damn debate team. I think what he meant by certain things is a run game. Will Alabama try to focus on their run game if they get up by 2 touchdowns? I don't think they think that way. I think they think just lay waste to them. Whatever you got, that kind of.
What side are you on that?
I am on Arkansas because I don't think Alabama can play cleanly. You know what I mean? If finally they play cleanly, then fine. But the Alabama seems to make so many mistakes. I think that and I think the back door is open with the 21 and a hook. I think that. Yeah. Arkansas could chip one in late. But I have been off on Bama all year. They cover when I say they're not. They don't cover when I say they will. So don't take my advice on Alabama. Auburn is minus 7.5. TJ Finley and a new kicker at a scrappy Carolina team.
I'll take Auburn. I would hate to take South Carolina over Auburn. That's like I don't know, man. That'd be like wearing makeup or something.
War Eagle.
I could see Auburn winning a game by 4, though. You know what I mean? I could see it being a game, but we'll see. And in the tiebreaker, the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs.
At the Chiefs, that's the key. I think I'll take the Chiefs.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
All right, got you in.
Thanks, man. Good show. Later.
What is the Kibbe Dome?
That was the one I was talking about in Idaho.
It's wooden?
Yeah, I think it used to be either like it's still wooden or like there's portions of it that are wooden. It's cool.
Strange.
It's just a strange dome in the middle of in the middle of I think it's like northwest Idaho.
My hope would be to broadcast games from UAB's new stadium. My hope is that they get an XFL team or a USFL team. They're going to have the whole. Right now, it's getting closer and closer that the USFL this upcoming season is going to be housed all in Birmingham, and all the games are going to be played in Birmingham. Even though the teams are going to be representing cities that they're not going to play in cities until 2023, and that in 2022 the whole league is going to play in Birmingham, and Birmingham has put up $500,000 for this, and so it looks like that's where the USFL is going to play. I don't know what the situation is going to be with it, but my history with the Birmingham Iron, I would hope would maybe lead me to have opportunities down there with the USFL or the XFL if the XFL ends up there. We stay with the Lions. Kramer is next. Kramer, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, big dog. How about yourself?
I am. If I was any better, I'd be 2 people.
Hey, with the parking situation, why don't you get down there a little bit earlier? Are you taking your single sons?
I'm taking
Or
two
married
of
son.
my two single sons, my last two singletons, yes.
Well, there you go. You have your sons and Chad walk down the sorority road there. I bet you can get some good parking there. Maybe
You
can
know
get some
what?
refreshments before the game.
That's a hell of an idea. If I sent John and Danny and Chad and dropped them off a sorority row, there would probably be some place where we would be able to park, like inside a garage or something like that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go to the game, though. The problem is I'd be sitting at the game by myself. That's the problem. They'd end up watching the game with the girls. You know.
Well, you'll have plenty of room with those packed-in seats they have there as a fan. You may have forgotten about that since you've been in the press box.
No. What are they doing? What packed-in seats? What?
They pack you in there like sardines. I mean, the seats are so close.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn. I should have just used 4 tickets for 3 of us then. That's what I should have done.
There you go.
I should have just used 4 tickets for 3 of us and been done. I may just go over to the press box and say, you know who I am, and then leave these 3 knuckleheads in the upper tank, and I'll go hang out in the press box. I may do that. Probably not.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, you'll probably come back to find
Just
them.
act like you belong. I mean,
yeah.
I got away with it at the Falcons game. Just act like you belong. I walked right in the family area.
Just go strolling in.
I was wearing Falcons gear in the Green Bay family area. They had no idea.
Well, right behind us is the Arkansas fan section. The Arkansas fan section, Grizz, starts in row 16, and we're in row 13. So behind us is going to be the Arkansas people. So we're going to have, we're going to hear a lot of pig soy. We're going to hear a lot of that.
I like
it. Those people. Yeah. All right, Kramer, you want to get in on this deal or what?
Yeah, let me get in on that.
All right, the Spartans get 19.5 at Ohio State.
Give me Ohio State.
You know what? I hate to do this, but I'll take the Suckeyes.
Arkansas gets 21.5 at Alabama.
Yeah, I'm same with you as far as not being able to pick Alabama this year. That's a lot of points, and Alabama's too inconsistent. Give me Arkansas.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
Watch Alabama play their best game of the season. Now, they did cover and blow out like Ole Miss and Mississippi State, so if they play like that – no, wait a minute. One of those they didn't. Was it Mississippi State that fought back? It was that. I don't know. Auburn is -7.5 at Carolina.
Give me Auburn.
Go compete in pickleball if you want to.
And the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs.
Give me the Chiefs.
I really appreciate that Patrick Price on my insurance. Being a champ has its perks.
All right, we got you in.
All right, thanks, Big Dog. Have a good weekend. Have fun at the game. Safe travels.
All right, man, thank you. Gosh, remember those days, Grizz, back pre-Saban, just wanting to win games. I was sitting there worried about, how the team looks and whether or not they score enough points and can cover 3 touchdown spreads and stuff like that. I remember being excited when they were like 5-3. And then Mike Shula goes 10-2, and you want to throw him a parade.
Oh, I was celebrating.
Oh, we were out of our
rejoicing.
minds. It was like, oh my God, they won the Cotton Bowl against Mike Leach and Texas Tech, and it was like the greatest thing ever. They were in the Cotton Bowl, and now it's like, you know what? If they're not in the playoff, screw them. It's just ridiculous what's happened in the last 13, 14 years. All right, let's get a break. When we come back, short segment before we talk to Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. It's all coming up right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
College football, number 2, Alabama at home against Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. Bryce Young, 33 touchdowns on the season for the Tide, coming in a 20.5-point favorite, the over-under 58.5. Auburn now unranked after the loss to Mississippi State last week, a 7.5-point favorite at South Carolina, 44.5 total. NFL, the Saints on the road against the Eagles Sunday. New Orleans 5-4 and trying to avoid a third straight loss. No word yet on if Alvin Kamara will play. The Saints a 2-point road underdog against Philadelphia with the over-under at 43. College basketball tonight, number 21 Auburn -13.5 at South Florida. 14th ranked Alabama -15.5 against Oakland.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Are you in the market for a recreational vehicle? Do you want to get out and see more of this beautiful country? Well, imagine hearing the laughter of your little ones enjoying gooey s'mores by a cozy campfire and making lasting memories with your friends and family from the comfort of a new camper. We can make your dreams come true at Hall's RV. With over 15 years in the camping business, we know how to get our customers into the perfect camper. We have several models and floor plans here for you to choose from, both new and used. We're family owned and operated with fantastic deals and great service. Everyone wants to work with people they can trust, so come on down to Hall's RV and get the deal of a lifetime. We'll treat you right and get you on the road in the camper of your dreams. Visit us on Highway 431 in Albertville. Hall's RVs, where we sell fun. Or see us on the web at www.hallsrvsales.com.
Carrier Rosenblum here with Rosenblum Realty, and we appreciate our MA family. Football season is back again, and we're here for your real estate needs. We've been also doing rental properties for many years. You may have a home that you need to lease out. You don't need the headaches. You need somebody to take care of it, make sure the repairs are done, keep the rent coming in, and screen the tenants. We can do all that for you at Rosenblum Realty, where we do property management services, or you can find a good home to rent as well. Call us at 256-539-9501. Put our years of experience to work for you.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. And while placing a custom factory order is a smart way to save big and get exactly what you want, it's not suited for everybody. Right now, during our year-end sales event, choose from the best selection we've had in months of 2021 F-150, Explorer, and Edge. These Fords are on the ground and ready for your driveway. Woody Anderson Ford has financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months on most 21 models, and 22 Edge has up to $2,000 in bonus cash. If you're like me, you've seen more and more Bronco Sports running the roads in Huntsville and Madison. Come take one for a test drive and you'll see why folks rave about it. It's Woody Anderson Ford's year-end sales event with 0% financing for 60 months or up to $2,000 in bonus cash, and it all ends November 30th. Come in to Woody Anderson Ford. We're America's best-selling brand. Woody Anderson Ford, corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
Looking for a great deal? Well, I've got one for you. Thom Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. And at Valley Equipment, if you rent after 3 on a Friday or on a Saturday morning, you're not due back until Monday morning. So basically, you're getting the entire weekend for the price of one day. And if you're in the service or are a vet, they'll knock another 10% off. Valley Equipment is locally owned and involved in our community through charities and even supporting local teams. And soon, they'll have a second location to handle even more equipment. Stay tuned for info on where that will be and when it will open.
Championships are won right here.
And that is it. The final score, Bama 52, Ohio State 24. Alabama does it. 10 regular season SEC wins. An SEC championship, a Rose Bowl championship, and national championship number 18. 13 in all. Absolute perfection.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Grumpy texted, he said, if you park at the mall, isn't Uber cheaper than $80?
I am not sure on that.
It isn't a bad deal. $20 a person, that's $10, and that is a ride back after the game, too. So it's $10 in, $10 out, I guess, if you look at it that way. It's not it's not bad, but the bad part about that is you will stand in line waiting for the shuttle back to the mall. You stand in line for probably a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour. I mean, we can walk back to the RV lot faster than that, get in our rig and go. You know what I mean? Get out of there and go. Are we going to be I gotta be honest with you, Grizz. You're not leave the game early guy, are you? Like early?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Because I'm really not. If I'm going to make this effort,
it's only 2 hours. Not even.
No, it's not. Yeah, right. And we'd be out of there probably by 6.
Yeah.
I'd drop you off at 8, and I'll be back up here by 9.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. And I'm not guy who leaves. If I'm going to go do the fan experience at a game,
yeah,
I'm now. I'll be honest with you. I have left games early that I was covering. I've left the press box early in the fourth quarter.
Well, I've seen quite a few
blowout.
people do Zoom calls because I know they left, and it's like you have to be in your car.
No, I've gotten out during blowouts.
I've seen guys ask questions to a few coaches doing it that way.
No, I've left early doing and you got to understand, I never did that thing. You guys that go and cover the game and then go to the press conference after and things like that, that was never what I did. There's 2 ways I went to games. One, I was hosting the pregame show, the Game Day Tailgate pregame show that actually was on the Alabama Crimson Tide radio network back in the day. So I was hosting the pregame show and then go to the game. But I was done, and I was done 2 hours before the game. That was glorious. I'd get done 2 hours before the game, a handoff to Chris Stewart, and then I was done. But yet I still had my press pass, and I would go and just enjoy the game and just leave when I want to leave and eat my Denny dogs and be done with it. And then I started covering the games for CBS Sports Radio nationally. So I was stringing during the game, but I was done after the game. Now, there were times when I would have to go to the locker room and get an interview if somebody did something big, and I would do an interview from the locker room with a player. But I did that for both the Titans and I did it for any time the 2:30 game was in Tuscaloosa, Auburn, or Knoxville. I would be CBS Radio's man on the scene, and every 9 minutes, I would be checking in with them, and do that stuff, and then I would go down in the locker room and get an interview, and it was an extra $75 if you got the interview. It was like if you go downstairs and get the interview, it would be an extra $75. So for $75, I'd go downstairs and get an interview. That would be worth it. Especially if it was in Nashville when I was in Nashville.
If it's anytime that I got to be anywhere, especially like Auburn, if I don't have a parking pass, I know where to park, and so like I still go no matter what. I still get there I get there like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours before the game a lot of times because I just like to be there. You know what I mean? Because if I like to at least make it, because then once I'm there and anything happens, then it's after that. But I mean, like I like to plan out and then when I'm done, I
might be in there early tomorrow. I mean, just to hang out, walk around the quad, eat. But we got chow in the stadium.
No, we can get there. No, I'm just saying like when I'm covering. Like
no, I know
that's
that,
what
but I'm
do.
saying even tomorrow. I mean, if we, I'm saying if we left at 9:30, picked you up at 9:30. 10:30, 11. Yeah, that's pretty early. That's early enough.
Yeah.
9:30 is early enough for picking you up for a 2:30 game. I think that should work out. But at the Titans, my parking spot at the Titans in the media lot was literally I could throw a baseball and hit the stadium. It was right across the street from the stadium.
That's awesome.
In one of the end zones. I mean, that was fantastic. I mean, it was literally right. I had to walk further to where I was doing Titans pregame.
Yeah.
Then I had to walk to the stadium. The Titans pregame was a little bit further away because it was across the street from the stadium in front of a big bus from the NFL Legends. They had this big, huge bus, and we did pregame in front of the bus. And gosh, back in the day. All right, let me go back to the lines. Big John, what's going on?
Not too much, Tom. How you doing this morning?
I'm fantastic.
Good. However long you think it's going to take to get down there, add at least an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, huh?
Yeah, traffic is going to be bad getting down there. It always is.
Yeah, that's right. I keep thinking 2 hours from Huntsville, but that's not right.
No, it's at least 3.5 from Huntsville.
3.5, Grizz, from Huntsville. Is that right?
On a game day.
3.5.
He's counting it. Yeah, he's counting that hour on game day.
That's true. Well, it is game day, Grizz. All right, Grizz, we're picking you up at 9. Okay?
Sounds good.
You want to come
I'll be
here
up
and
at like
spend
5
the night?
probably.
You want to come here? Want to come up here and just hang out and spend the night? You can go. We're having a birthday party for my 3-year-old grandson. My youngest grandson, we're having a party for. You just spend the night with us, we'll just go. So
Told you
all
I'll just sleep here.
John,
in the studio.
that is good advice.
I've always parked downtown and taken the shuttle in.
Yeah.
Last time I went, I parked right over next to Central High School and walked in with my son. That's an easy walk. So whatever y'all decide to do, I hope y'all have a great time.
Brandon says, I do not need an RV to park in the RV lot. That there is car parking in the RV lot. That's where we're parking.
Boom.
Boom is right. We are done. All right, Big John, give me your picks. Sparty plus 19.5.
Give me Sparty.
I'm Spartacus.
The Hogs get 21.5.
Roll Tide.
Roll all over their ass.
Auburn is minus 7 and a hook.
The hook is killing me there. Give me South Carolina.
He may not be able to play next week. I don't know.
Wow. And the Cowboys get 2.5 at the Chiefs in the tiebreaker.
Chiefs can't play defense. They're not going to stop anybody. Give me the Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
All right, we got you in.
I hope I don't jinx everybody.
Yeah. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Later. Bye.
We're going to break. When we come back, Lee Sterling is next on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Luganbill here for Woody Anderson Ford. When I was in the Tennessee Valley, one of the things that impressed me the most was the quality of the people. People like Bobby White and his team at Woody Anderson Ford. And now you can experience the tremendous new service lanes and showroom at Woody Anderson Ford, at Jordan and Sparkman, or just stop by for breakfast or lunch at Henry's Mustang Cafe. And in Madison, visit Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, just south of 72. Like a great college football tradition, always there, Woody Anderson Ford.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing, helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Orange is the color of power, of construction, the color of Kubota, and Huntsville Tractor and Equipment. Those who need to get things done trust Kubota's mini excavators, compact track loaders, and the best keeps getting better with the all-new mini compact loader from one of the top dealers in the country. More than 50 years of family service, every part in the book, and folks who know what to do with them. You'll be seeing Orange with Huntsville Tractor and Equipment.
Come on, let's go to work.
Championships are won right here.
Count it down with me, Huntsville. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Gulf South Conference basketball champions reside in Huntsville. The UAH Chargers, winners.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. November in Alabama means one thing. The Iron Bowl.
War Eagle, baby. War Eagle, baby.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Keep moving, moving, moving. Oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving. Roar. Don't try to understand them. Just rope, throw, and brand them. Soon we'll be living high and wide. My heart's calculating. My true love will be waiting. Be waiting.
Well, that can only mean one thing. It's time for Lee Sterling. Segment of the show brought to you by Valley Equipment Rental. Valley Equipment Rental, you could go rent a skid steer to carry all that money that you're going to make with Lee Sterling. Take that thing to your house and stack it all up. You need a forklift to handle all that dough. Valley Equipment Rental has more skid steers, excavators, lifts than anyone in the Tennessee Valley. And they can help you out all throughout the area. And don't forget, coming soon, a second location, not a new location, a second location for the fine folks at Valley Equipment Rental. Lee Sterling joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Lee, welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain. Always love this time of year. I mean, great. I mean, I got my daughter coming in from New York City.
Yeah.
And she'll be in tomorrow. And we'll have the world's famous Sterling Bake Off, which you can watch, on Twitter. The two girls. I got my oldest who'll always bake the banana cream pie, and the youngest gets to bake whatever she wants, but word has leaked out that she's going to go for a first-ever huckleberry pie.
Yeah. Well, our pie night has gotten it got a little bit out of control. Pie night for us was always, on Wednesday night, the girls would get together, my wife, pie night, and me and the boys we'd play poker. We go in the other room, and we'd play cards, and they'd make pies. And now there is girls, there are granddaughters, there are daughter-in-laws to be. It is turned into as big an event as Thanksgiving. And then I got a couple of lightweight son-in-laws who don't want to play poker for real money, and we're like, "Come on, it's a $20 buy-in. It's my sons want to do a $100 buy-in, and the other guys want to do it. They don't want to do any buy-in. I'm like, get the hell out of here." And now it's broke up into like three houses where some of my daughters are in Nashville, some of my daughters will be in Huntsville, and some of my daughters will be where we live in Winchester, Tennessee, and there'll be pies being made everywhere and brought into one central location. But there will be a card game somewhere.
Now, what are your 2 or 3 favorite pies for Thanksgiving?
I am apple, pumpkin, and my wife makes a sugar-free chocolate pie. Since I'm diabetic, I eat that. But I'll have a small slice of the pumpkin, a small slice of the apple because they got the sugar in them, and then I'll have I'll eat the chocolate pie. I'll eat all weekend. Because that one is mine.
That might be a suggestion if my youngest loses again. She's lost, I think, 3 out of 4. So she's looking for the recipe, should we say like that? The recipe to win. Yeah. And I mean, we've had some great upsets, some great wins, and some epic meltdowns by each girl when they lost. So
my wife makes an apple pie that she's given all of our daughters the recipe, but I contend that my wife is holding out something because her apple pie tastes different than everybody else's. They all try to make it, and I keep looking at her, and I'm saying, Ellen, you did not give them the exact recipe. You're doing something different with that crumbly top or something that you're not telling everybody else.
It could be the air. It's like when people
Yeah.
They try to make bagels like down here in South Florida. They're good,
Bad
but
water.
they're not New York City. It's like trying
Bad
to do
water.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water.
Yeah, it's the water. It's the water. I had a bagel guy tell me in Florida when I lived there that it's the water. The reason in New York the bagels are so much better has to do with the water. But all right, let's get these games. Let's get these games in here.
Yeah.
Appy State minus 10 against Troy, and it made your list. Tell me about this.
So I think App State's good, but do you want like double digits with Chase Bryce? I mean, this is a guy that was at Clemson. He was in at Duke. He hasn't been real good anywhere he's been. I mean, I think he's pedestrian. I think he's holding back that offense. I don't think Troy has reached their potential. Their defense, when they come at you, sometimes they are really good, but sometimes they abandon the run. I think they've got a really good running game, and they need to use the run to set up the pass more. I think, last home game, they might bring it here. I'm going to take the 10 points. I think Troy wins this game outright, 28-24.
Wow, wrong team is favored. Yep. Auburn, with TJ Finley making his first start for them, and no kicker. Well, they got a kicker, but it's just not Andres Carlson. They are minus 7 and a hook at Carolina. What do you think?
Yeah, here's the problem. I think the Auburn team is a clear. One of these games that you played a tough game, and now you got maybe your rival coming up ahead. It's a sandwich game. Let's be honest here. It's also for South Carolina. 1 year to the day Will Muschamp was dumped, so it should be interesting. I think Finley's okay, but behind this shaky offensive line, I think South Carolina at 5-5 feels they win this game. I think they have a better chance to win this game at home than opposed to Clemson next week. So they win this game, they're going to a bowl. I mean, kids love going to bowls. And how about this? This is telling. I think Auburn's got talent, way more talent than South Carolina. But their defense, only 8 takeaways all year. South Carolina has 22. I'm calling for another wrong team favorite. South Carolina outright over Auburn, 24-21.
I'm on Carolina as well, not to win like you are, but I think they're going to hang with this deal. Every game is a sandwich game for the Florida Gators now, and they're off to Missouri minus 7. I mean, this isn't like Samford. I mean, this is Missouri minus 9. Can we lay 9 points with the Gators anywhere?
I wouldn't, unless I was playing for bowl of popcorn money, I would never bet Florida or Texas right now. Teams that are just reeling and seem like they quit. How do you bet them? I mean, it's not the talent. I mean, they gave up 42 first-half points to Samford. Samford has a losing record as an FCS team. Missouri's got a running back in Tyler Batty. Batty is he has 3 200-plus yard games, and I know their run defense isn't good. They celebrate when they don't give up more than 200 rushing yards now. Used to be the benchmark was 100. With Missouri, it's 200. They were so bad. But, I mean, do you think these kids at Florida, when they found out they're going to be going to Columbia, Missouri on a cold Saturday, are going to want to play? No way. Florida gets upset, 41-38.
Wrong team is favored. Look at you. Yep. All right, we know the right team is favored with Alabama against Arkansas, but 20.5 is a big number for a Bama team that has not played clean. We're actually using 21.5. I will be at this game as a fan. Only the second game in 20 years that I've gone to as a fan at Alabama, and the Tide laid 20.5. What do you think?
How about this? Arkansas has not beaten Bama since way back, and everything has a South Florida tie as always.
Right.
2006, Mike Shula was the head coach.
Sure.
So,
I was at the game. I remember it. I was there. Yeah.
Okay. So, studying Alabama, the one team that gave them some real problems was LSU. And those blitz schemes, they were blitzing every down. But now they've studied that. I mean, Bill O'Brien, you think he's just going to say, we're going to allow another team to do that again? No way. And if Arkansas falls behind by a couple touchdowns, they got to throw the ball early and often. And that's where you see some pick sixes, and they turn the ball over here. So the Bama defense, all of a sudden, getting better and better as the season rolls on here. Roll Tide, 48-17.
Wow, okay. But now, was that the Arkansas one at Arkansas where they had Felix Jones and Darren McFadden and the freshman Peyton Hillis? And the quarterback, Matt Jones, was the quarterback. Yeah, I was at that one, and Alabama scored early, and then Arkansas boat raced them after that. All right, in the NFL, I love this game. Dallas goes to Kansas City, and they get 2.5. Is that enough against a Chief team that finally looked like they hit their stride last week against the Raiders?
I mean, how about all the people that are coming in from all over the country to see this game? Dallas fans, when they start doing well, they'll travel their fans.
Yeah.
So they got money to pay for tickets. It's a hot ticket. Here's the problem here for this Dallas team. I think their defense is much improved. I just don't know if their defensive line without Randy Gregory can hold up because there's so much talent on both offense. They're going to score. You need like 7 or 8 defensive linemen you can rotate to rush the passer against Patrick Mahomes. And in their 4 road games, only 5 sacks, whereas the Kansas City defense, the last 5 games, they have allowed just 78 points. Much, much improved. First of the year, they were awful. Shootout, Kansas City 45-40.
All right, how do they get this LSU UL Monroe game? LSU's minus 29.5, and you got a good feel for it. How do they get it?
There's a clear right side and a wrong side, I believe, in this game. You want to get on the right side, the winning side, call 800-400-9741. And last week, we had a 40-unit play on the Carolina Panthers. The NFL getting between 8 and 10 points. They won outright, easy, 34-10. I found a game where I think the line's off 10 to 14 points. I texted you the game so you know it as soon as it starts. Tomorrow, feel free to tweet it out. I'm so sure it's going to win, I'm going to guarantee a win. I've never done this.
Wow.
If you come on board, anyone comes on board for our November special, that's 2 weeks of everything. Normally it's just 2 weeks of football. You get college and pro football, NBA college basketball, hockey, and UFC. Everything through the end of the month, $297. If I don't win this 40 to 50 unit play, and with a win last week, we're 54-21 on these 40 to 50 unit plays in my career. You'll get all of December in football for free. So I'm laying it on the line. You got the game, Tom. Tweet it out as soon as it starts. The line's off. We're going to knock it down again. Anyone wants to hop on board, now's the time. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
I'm jumping on it right now. I'm going to jump that bad boy right now is what I'm going to do and be done with it. All right, man. Appreciate you as always. It's ParamountSports.com. Lee Sterling has been our guest. Lee, have a great weekend. We'll work out, me and you. Let's work out getting you in on Wednesday if we can next week, okay? Because you're one I want to have. Yeah, I want to have you next week. Okay, appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Lee Sterling. Jumping all over that thing. Going to jump all over that deal. I don't want to end the show on a negative note, but I do want to say this about that. The Zach Stacy story. I've seen the video, Grizz. I wish I hadn't.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't seen the video. Now, Stacy is from Centerville, which is kind of like between Birmingham and Tuscaloosa. He went to Vandy, was a 5th-round draft pick. Bounced around in the NFL, played for Memphis in the Alliance, played in Canada.
The Rams.
The girlfriend's house had some security video, and it shows him savagely beating her in front of their 5-month-old child. It makes you wonder a couple things. First of all, how often does this happen without video? I don't have video cameras in my house.
Yeah.
Not that anybody has to worry about that, but I'm just saying, I don't have video cameras. I have a nice house. Yeah. I don't never thought of putting video cameras all over my house. There was like 2 different views of this thing. And yes, I know that there are abusive women, all right? I get that. But even in the case of a woman that is, physical with a man, to me, you never hit a woman.
No.
You never, ever hit a woman unless you are actually in real danger from her. If she has a weapon or something like that. This is not that. An athlete, a big physical guy like the big strong guy like this, ragdolling this woman around, throwing her around, beating her, smacking her with roundhouse shots to the head. This guy should rot in hell. This is the most cowardly, weak thing to do.
Yeah.
A man, especially an athlete, a physical presence like that, beating a woman or a child is the most heinous, most cowardly thing that you could possibly think of.
Yeah, and sometimes the NFL can be hypocritical when it comes to like being progressive and getting better about this whole situation. When they did that whole domestic violence commercial with the exhaling and stuff like that.
Right.
And then you see constant repetition of athletes beating their spouses, and it's just like this. I feel like it's never being addressed.
He's in jail now in Orlando. Needs to stay in jail for, I don't know, ever. I mean, it's just awful. Awful, awful, awful video. Feel free not to look at it. All right, we're in the hopper. Grizz and I are headed to T-Town tomorrow. I'll pick you up at 7 in the morning.
I'll be up at 5 probably.
I hear that. That's going to do it for us. Chuck Oliver is next. Don't forget, big Madison Academy game tonight in the playoffs at 7 o'clock. It's all right here, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.